Alright, muri yeZimbabwe kusangana kwatiri kuita zvakare ipo pano paZimu News update apo patinoda kupa mafirst hand update anonga ari kuitika munyika yedu yeZimbabwe. So kana uri mutsva usabve pano usina kusubscribe, kulike nekushare pano ndonga ndichienda katibatanidze ma-updates pasame video apo tiri kunzwa ma-engineers vakaisa zigomba rekubudiriro riya pakafa vanhu vatatu vakadonera mugomba. Tiri kuona kuti vari kunzi vasungwa muzuva ranhasi neZRP, tisikazozive kuti nhauwa yacho ichazopera sei. Zvinhu hazvina kumira zvakanaka. So tichipinda mudzimwe nhauwa tiri kuona pana MP wetriple C akataura zvakafadza wawiki nochivhayo emuparliamendi, then wawiki nochivhayo wobva wamuplecha ne50,000 neToyota GD6 ya 2026. So tiri kuona vamwe mubato reZANU-PF havasi kufara nazvo because vari kuti iwe wiki noiwewe wakutonga sort of like tiri kuona kuti ZANU-PF yagara yakahwina kudhara majority muparliament, zvakutonga sort of like vanhu vanozobuda vachitaura kuti iwewe ZANU-PF yakutenga vanhu yakuita seiyo ZANU-PF yagara yakahwina, so uri kutobhaiza zvinhu zvauri kuita. Kusanganisira naTemba Muliswa takaona vachinyoro padande mutande ravo vachitaura kuti no zviri kutiwana wiki nochivhayo hazvisiri izvo zvekuti anenge achitenga. Ndosaka muri kuona mazuva aya akarambidzwa naBoss Para kutoti no iwe haufaniri kutenga maMPs because ZANU-PF yagara yakahwina pamajority emuparliament. So iwe zvinoda kutanga sort of like iwewe ndiwe wakonzeresa, kana kuti vanhu vanozoona nepekutaura napo kutoti iwewe ndiwe wakonzeresa kuti zvinhu zvinge zvichimira mamirira zvakaita ivavo. So tiri kuona zvinhu hazvina kumira zvakanaka. Tichiona futi pane zvinhu zvakalika, mari dzakalika dzaibva kuna Scott Sakupwanya dzichienda kuna the second commander wemilitary wanova waAsha Water Tapfumanei vaitambidzwa pocket money chioko muhomwe. Tisikazozive kuti nhauwa yacho yavaitambidziwa chioko muhomwe inenge yakamira sei muri yeZimbabwe. Zvinhu hazvina kumira zvakanaka, zvinhu zviri kubhoila muno munyika yeZimbabwe. Tiri kuona wiki nochivhayo navamunangagwa vamuri kuona pascreen apa ava vanhu vari kutaura kutoti no, fear not, Zimbabwean, this will be history soon. Mnangagwa will never be clever enough to manipulate our nation. Constitutional bookmark this. Tiri kuona pana pamuri yeZimbabwe kuri kunzi vamunangagwa havana kungwara zvekutoti vangaconvinza nyika yese, but zvinogona kuitika because tiri kuona kuti Jinping kuchina ukoko akakwanisa kuconvinza vanhu 1.4 billion machinese, 1.4 billion because hakuitwa maelection kauchina, hakuiti zvinhu zvaunoda, wandoita chidictator checheche. Handoziva kunana Putin kuti population yacho yakakura sei kunana Russia uku, who dictator because Putin akatozvipa nguva yekutoti inini ndichabva nguva yakati, hani mazuva ndichabva nguva yakati. So chinova chiri cho chiratidzo chinoratidza kuti zvinhu hazvina kutombomira zvakanaka. Zvinhu zviri kuitwa nawiki nochivhayo zviri unnecessary. So tiri kuona panapa ndiTemba Muliswa anga achitaura nenhauwa yacho iyoyi. Ndofunga tiri kuona zviri kuiswa kumwe kuti wiki nochivhayo ari kupa vanhu mari. ZANU-PF yagara yakatohwina kudhara, iwo vakutotanga sotofulekwa vakupindira munhauwa dzacho. Chinova chiri cho chiratidzo chinoratidza kuti hazvina kumira zvakanaka. Rekezeni nemakoperate tinao
kuti what does it mean for 2028 if we ever going to be having anything in 2028? What about 2030 if we are ever going to be having anything in 2030? And what does it mean for the credibility of parliament as an institution when we are having individuals like these? I think as Zimbabweans, we have got a huge problem. I think as Zimbabweans, we must get to a point whereby we must start to think about reclaiming the idea that public office is public trust. The idea that a constitution should never be used as a bargaining chip. The idea that a mandate that is given to the MPs is not a meal ticket. And our future cannot be shaped by the hunger of a few, but it must be shaped by the aspirations of millions of Zimbabweans. Those are serious issues that we need to, to be faced with, or that we need to face. So when you hear some of this, I know that woman was not alone. She was just bold enough, to say on the basis she now has got history already. She was given a car. But what does it mean for some of these MPs? What does it mean when they cross the floor on a constitutional amendment? What does this say about the state of our politics? And what does it demand from you and I as citizens who refuse to be spectators in decisions that shape our destiny? Because everywhere we turn, we are being faced with serious questions. We are being faced with serious demands. That as a people, we must be doing this. As a people, we must be doing this. As people, we must be doing that. But we're not doing that. There's a lot to unpack, tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I just thought that, I just get that out of my chest. So as I'm opening up, this conversation, I want us to take this as a national moment. A moment that requires your voice, my voice, a moment that requires national voices. I want us to unpack what is happening in that parliament. You've listened to the submissions, you've listened to the debate. We want to unpack what is happening in that parliament, what it means for constitutionalism, and what it reveals about the political culture we are living under. Because that is fundamental. We need to understand, those things. So I want this space, tonight. I know, Kuti, people are going to come in with the edge of wanting, to attack individuals. But I want us, to be people who are capable of analyzing, calling for accountability, and seeking, clarity. The age, for insults is there. The age for personal attacks is there. And the age for misinformation might also be there. But let us keep it factual, respectful, and focus on the issues that we want to talk about, tonight. So I'm opening up, the space. Kutimuye Mutaure. And I'm going to bring you guys in the order that, you've requested. And then tones wow. Kunewadi join kuti. I said kuti. What we want to do is we want to unpack what is happening in that parliament, so that we can begin to understand some of us. Kuti kuti chiri kuitika so wrong one another fadaya in parliament. And you wonder kuti kana munhu ari kuchemera kufadaya. And you hear Gladys Swachar, a fellow woman like you, articulating things that they're supposed to be articulated. And you yourself, you're bringing in all the tired achievement, called the Travablas. And the audacity to even want to mention the different names that are associated with Emerson Mnangagwa. Where's the ace? Pakaiba andaneta ine. Where's he? What? Right, when does? Kick us off.
Otherwise, mabhacho anenge achitsenga mambaira. Zvese nyama zvisvo.
Anenge aingomenya hake mambaira mufana wangu uyu.
Zviri sei ngeni nyama zvisva.
Havana muri sei, how you doing?
Ankosi ndatovungovhunduka ipapa ndichinzi mai ndochaisa na6 vamwe ngavambopinda zvavo
Aniti haiwa kuti
ndikuteerera ndanzwa kuti maneta zveshuwa
Adabo. Right, when does? Yeah, please take the mic. Right.
Okay. Nyama zvisva, I just want to say something before ndaita contribution yangu. Nyama zvisva mukutiregerera musaregere kuvhura maspace, because mamwe maspace ari kuita degenerate kuti
saka
there was cohesion. Saka, if I'm to put it and translate it back to our current situation right now, we don't have political education, especially on the rural counterparts. We have especially the youth in the rural areas. The same reasons dzakafeila nadzo ZANU-PF pokutanga ichida kuita fight alone are the same reasons that if you go in the rural setup right today, you say, no, look, we are facing this problem. Munhu anogona kutanga kuti no, we don't want to have ZANU-PF as an enemy because vakatobata especially the rural constituents, and there is no political education for someone in the rural areas to start to understand it. Look, the same people that I'm actually idolizing, the same people who are actually bringing my problems and now the same poverty that I have. Saga, I think that gap in terms of political education is the one that needs to be bridged. Because in as much as people who are in the urban areas can start fighting, etc., fertilizer 2 kg rice, that's it. So that political education, I think it is very important, and we can start to work as a well-oiled system so that we can fight this thing at all levels. Right now, where we have got MPs who are trying to fight more or less a losing battle, but ishatu inyoka huru yokuti vakangobata matoothpick varikuda kuzama kuipoka musoro. But if the education was right around across the whole spectrum, nyoka yanga ichirohwa kubva kurumhenda padumbu zvese, zvichireva kuti at every level everyone was going to be fighting it because everyone would know the reason why we're actually fighting. And I'm afraid that reason is not still sitting well, especially mukataridza mapostori. Ndavanotaridza chimwe chiclipi mupostori vaitaura kuti cab 3 pamberi nayo and something like that. And you look at the people who are actually being made to support it, you would realize that they don't even know what they're supporting. They don't even know what they're talking about. But because of that lack of education when it comes to critical matters, especially the ones that determine the life and the livelihood of every Zimbabwean, I think that fundamental needs to be addressed. I think those are my humble submissions. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much. I
Mashisha,
do appreciate. Yes.
Can I ask him something? Pardon.
Okay, you can go ahead. And after you, I want Tezarangu Muchi, to come through. Right. Yes. Let's go with that order.
Yeah, my brother,
Yeah.
pardon, how are you? I think you actually misformed my brother because right now, do you know what is happening? That everybody else is not allowed to express the no cap 3. People are not allowed to do any rallies or even talk about it. You're getting arrested. I think what you are comparing to the time of war veteran is totally different right now. There's no democratic space in Zimbabwe. And when you talk about Kumaruzeva, in the last elections, there's been a lot of ground having a communication with the Kumaruzeva. Vachamisa, she had campaigned all over Kumaruzeva and so forth. So, and you know very well the elections are rigged. So you cannot measure when we've got a problem of rigged elections. Already opposition has been winning, but you can either come with a solution of a strategy of how can we get into the office, how can we overturn that we have won the elections, not the support of people. There's actually a lot of support of people to win elections. Yeah, so and if with even yourself, with everything that is happening in our country right now, a lot of people they are echoing everything is not right. So, but we got a rogue government, we got a regime which suppresses us, which doesn't give us freedom. There's no fairness. That's what we have to fight against. It's a matter of saying we have to look for strategies how to to fight ZANU-PF and take it out of power. Not that we don't have support. Support we have. And all those people, remember there's a place yakamboiswa mabhaskoro, and they lost the by-election when they had gone nemabhaskoro. I think in Ndichi Yangwa, when he was now claiming back mabhaskoro ake. So people know what is happening. People know that they are not aligned with ZANU-PF anymore. So I don't know. Myself, whatever you contributed, it's actually outdated to me, because it doesn't mean that we don't have a connection with every Zimbabwean on the ground. That's what I want to put up. Thanks, Nyamashis. I'll come with my contribution when you give me my position. Thank you.
Right, no problem. Thank you very much. I do appreciate. Pardon, do you want to respond to that quickly?
Yeah, I just want to quickly respond to that. My brother, thank you so much for the submissions. It's very unfortunate that a lot of things that we might argue back and forth in terms of support, but there are quick points that I just want you to understand as a matter of fact. A lot of people who are going towards 50 and above 50, in as much as things are difficult, the bulk of them now, because they are going kumawere in terms of age, you'll be surprised because they would see it's more like a losing battle in their eyes, right? That's fact number one. I think you can cross-check that one. Then the second thing is, in the rural areas, there is more propaganda. Remember, education, we're not talking about vachamisa vachinoita rally kwagutu. If you ask anyone from Gutu, you can say, I think vakabva kunoku, it's maybe more than 4 or 5 years. I'm talking about propaganda inoshandisiwa as a machine every other time. Panofiwa, panoungana vanhu, there is always a ZANU-PF person who is giving propaganda to the people. And Putin once said that if a lie is said so many times, it will resonate as the truth. That's how propaganda works. So I'm talking about education that is constant, not education yeparali. Remember, education yeparali, you are just told is one way, but that is not